YouTube. I hope to be more active in the future here coming up. I had to stop at this amazing place, and I'm so glad I did. Unfortunately, it's closed to visit the inside today, but this is Harrisburg, PA at the Capitol building. And just so you can get a context, there's other Trinitarian buildings or old world buildings on this street. Behind us, we also have a domed building in the distance and some churches. Got a church over there. So I wanted to just get some detailed view of how beautiful this building is right here. There's some kind of statue on top, which could be like a representation of like the authority of the old world and the power of the old world. It looks golden, and I'm gonna find out more when I get home, research that. What is that statue all about? It's really, really impressive. Like, you can tell that I've already walked up some stairs. So this building area is no joke. How much work and how much land they cleared to build this building. Like, this is serious stuff. Serious stuff. Like, I mean, this is old world advanced tech for sure. And there's some beautiful statues going on over here with some old world light posts that are some bigger than I've ever seen. There's a little bit of a drop there. Okay. Check this out. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. It looks like it's got feet. It's, wow. There is a lion head. This is very ornate and very well done. Wow. I had never seen this one like this. Some of the details are just insane. I know it's kind of dark out here right now, but hopefully you can see it. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's just, look at that light, how old it is. How sophisticated. It looks very, it's got like eagles on top or something, some kind of all around it. The glass inside there is really amazingly reflecting, really interestingly. Just this area seems really well done just for the entrance. And then of course, the door itself getting in, Pennsylvania Kate. Let's see what it says about it. Has been designed, National Historic Landmark. We're getting no date on here, but look at the door. How well done the door is. Wow. I don't want the security guard to think I'm... All right, we gotta tour it when the time is open. Wow. Incredible. So, as I feel like the Capitol buildings they're built like always way up high on a hill. So, I mean, there's a huge distance between here and the steps that go down all the way to the main street there. This was like built in a very central location, you know, and it feels very good to be up. Like, there's a significance to building like this, you know. Mud flood building. Yeah, I was actually walking down there and I noticed some of the buildings were mud flooded down there. And today, earlier, I was in Brunswick, Maryland, as well as I see mud flood there. So, I mean, just look at the size, how high, the sheer size of it, you know, those columns. So these Corinthian columns are actually on the second level, which is interesting. So let's see if we can find mud flood evidence. I mean, now it's dark over here. Everything is mud flooded. Yeah, I recently came to some new ideas about mud flood. Yeah, it's just, I don't focus on it too much now these days, but for people who already know about it, like, it's pretty obvious, and I don't try to convince anyone, but anymore, but it is like obvious, you know. Once you know, you know. Let's see. I mean, that dome is really special. Can't wait to go up in there, or wherever I can access, you know. I would bet possibly that they use free electricity to like, for these buildings, you know. I bet they even tap into it. I don't know exactly, but they want folks to know about ending events. Oh, okay, you mean like cataclysms and resets and stuff like that? Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to talk about that, what the past, for sure. They don't. Ether building, yeah. So, I mean, if you look down that line of like perfection of the wood and just the symmetry of everything, and the stained glass and just the, right there. I mean, this, and the lights, fixtures, and everything, it's just, it's perfection. It's like pure, like, detail, and just, I mean, there's the American eagle, you know, or eagle, but so-called American eagle, liberty and virtue, independence. So I'm not sure how much more there is to see, but, and I have to get going back to all the way to New York right now, but thanks for tuning in. You know, this is a building that I'll have to come back to and go inside, and I'm like really impressed by it. It's very impressive, and oh man, there's more to see. All buildings connected to tunnel systems. Yo, okay, so, oh man, there's more to see over here. There's other buildings over there. Oh man. I think Pennsylvania is a pretty awesome place to like explore. Yeah, we have like a very tiny of 1% of the understanding of the tunnels. Like, we are like not understanding, like, we're given like no information about the tunnels, but they exist, you know. We're like in the dark about that, you know, the dark ages about what is the whole network underneath the earth. And it's pretty sad that we don't know, you know. I wish we knew more. That's what we're here doing, exploring, right? So I'm just gonna take a look at these buildings here and then kind of cut it off from there. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate everybody's input. It looks like they're doing some kind of construction stuff. Okay. That kind of reminds me of like a courthouse building. Corinthian columns. Let's take a peek around the corner there. And you got to remember, the buildings are all connected here by this upper area. Like, this is all like man-made, you know, this is all designed incredibly well. And then there might be like one of the viewers was saying, I forgot, sorry, I didn't catch your name there. I wasn't paying attention, but if you're still there, but you were saying about the tunnels underground. So this area, I'm sure, like all the stuff you see like on the top of the buildings, all the is all just a representation of like what's underneath as well. All the work that I'm sure is down the foundations levels or tunnels if they're here, but I think there probably are. Now they are doing some kind of construction with these, I don't know what's going on there, but smoke-free facility, old door, probably like, oh, nice material. Huh. Interesting. Seems like art is just infused with the old world. Everything is artistically made, you know? It's like, whoa. They never did anything without adding like incredible, like fractal and just incredible art. So this is the side of the Capitol building, it looks like. And I'm gonna look at the dome from this side. And then I'll cut it off from there. Yep, there's the dome. I'm gonna get as close as I can. Mostly poured and casted concrete. I mean, honestly, look at how much, like, all this, like, it's not just the buildings, it's like the whole, it's like acres and acres if you had to do this, you know, it's like, it's terraforming like large amounts of earth. Like, it's like, this is no easy job. And it seems like this whole area is a huge like complex, you know. That's what when I googled it, it said like something about the Capitol building complex, where it's not just a building, but it's like a whole, like over here there's some water, so that, and then I know in the past they use water sources as like a fuel, you know, as like for their free energy. And so this is interesting because it's like, I'm sure those colors probably go on all night, you know, and I don't think they pay their bills, you know. They don't have to worry about that. I'm sure they don't worry about that ever. I'm wondering what that building is right there, that dome. It looks like a coil on top or something, but I could sneak in sneak a view of the windows here. So, wow, there's a bridge over there. So, looks like this is like right near the river. What are you? Okay. All right, guys. I've been kind of. Wow, look at that. Okay. This last building over here. And these, not as ornate lights, but they're still pretty cool. Again, that little dome over here, which I'm not sure what that is. And then the actual main dome. And This building right here reminds me of a building in Albany, exactly like one in Albany. And man, these buildings are large with the columns. All buildings have water flowing under them. The lower floor was built in a battery. Okay. So you have watched, I'm sure, Marcia Romalo's work about the Blue channel. I'm sure. What I have heard from her is that, like, for example, the Colosseum in Rome was like a water purification plant or something, and stuff like that. It wasn't actually like a Colosseum, it wasn't for like games and sports, but it was for water purification. And all of those, like the aqueducts, think about all the aqueducts that were built, in the time. They were like masters of water in the past. They really, man, oh man. Do you see the detail on that? And the lights coming out of it. It really looks like a teleportation. Like, what I explained to somebody is that inside those buildings, inside those dome areas, it kind of looks like a portal to heaven, like a teleportation device, because it's like, and that's what I've heard from like the Blue channel in the Ether documentary, and the new one called the Gray Men or whatever. She didn't talk about it in that video, but she talked about it in the Ether, I believe, or if you follow her Telegram channel, that these chambers were like teleportation stations inside where the dome goes up, and yeah, some grand stuff was happening, and they turned them all off in the past. So they turned it all off now, obviously. Like they just disconnected the power sources, but they're still like, obviously, you can still see it. It's pretty obvious, and I think, whoa. What's interesting is they kind of look like doors on upper levels, but they're just windows, but interesting. Live water flowed through every city via canals. Every building had its own smaller canal feeding them from the main canal. Yeah. Yep. I mean, like, just the vastness of these complexes, and the amount of these like, if I could start to like count how many cool places like this I've been to, that are like this, similar to this, it would just be like infinite, like, and it's way more than people think. So, I mean, there are a lot of humans on the earth, but I don't think the traditional historical narrative doesn't really explain like any of this stuff to anyone accurately, or less. They can say what they think about it, but it doesn't make any sense to a woke person. Like it's like gobbledygook, There's no like truth in what they're saying about it, So thanks for watching. I hope to go inside this building in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned. Appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Peace.